pointed to the fucking head of the American economy and that we are held hostage by their demands all the fucking time. And then they're like, oh, it's the best. It's the best, though. It's the best system. Bro, if your best defense against increasing government spending, your best defense against raising taxes is the rich people will simply fuck off and go somewhere else with their money, then maybe it's not the best fucking system, and maybe we should create a workaround around that, like punishing people that actually do this. Like, how are you going to sit there and be like, this is the greatest thing, capitalism is incredible, it's so innovative, it's so great. Also, rich people literally fucking own the entire government. Rich people literally own the entire economy. And as a matter of fact, if we don't abide by their extremely ridiculous standards and consistently lower their tax burden, they will go away. This is a good system. How are they generating that wealth? Well, they're generating that wealth by exploiting labor. But that's besides the point.
What do you think happens to all the other 50% of the population who are invested in the stock market right now? And what happens to the businesses that hire you when Joe Biden decides?
Yeah. Also, this is why I kind of get triggered by like the fucking new wave of like, not crypto kitties, but like the Robin Hood leftists, I guess. When they think like they have like a genuine fucking interest in the stock market, like, where they think that they have like any sort of controlling interest or genuine interest. Is like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what do you think? Because you're like fucking moving $1,000 around that you like actually think that this is going to come back and help you? Like, you're a retail investor. They will do everything they can to fucking dominate you, and they'll rob you for the fucking 20 grand that you invested into the stock market.
Eat the poor. Yeah.
Yeah, top 10% of households own 90% of the stock market in the United States of America.
That your boss needs to be taxed out of existence in order so that he can determine where the dollars go. This jackass who's never created a single job in his entire life.
The people who don't pay their fair share in this country are the poor. We need to raise taxes on the poor. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. The poor in this country pay zero. The lower middle class in this country pay net zero. So we have a group of people who pay no taxes, a group of people who pay no net taxes, a group of people who pay all the net taxes. And his argument is that it's category 3 who don't pay their fair share.
Bro, this is great. I love that. No, I love that. This is great. We need conservatives to say this stuff. Stop throwing question marks at this. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. This is a gift. This is literally a gift. Okay? When conservatives come out and straight up say this shit, it's wonderful, dude. It's so liberating. Like, it's great that you don't have to have that conversation. He's basically expanding on Ben Shapiro's take. Ben Shapiro is too smart to say it out loud like that. But that's great. That is actually what he is saying.
Fair share means your...
By the way, the other guys are laughing at him, but like he's basically saying what Ben Shapiro stated. He's just taking it one step beyond what Ben Shapiro was brave enough to say.
Your percentage of taxes. We've determined that there are some people who shouldn't pay any percent of taxes. The only fair taxing system is one in which everyone pays.
Right.
I love that. What they mean by net taxes is what they're talking about as far as like how much tax a middle income person, a middle class person pays versus what they get back from the government. And it's like, it's fucking bullshit math for the most part. Okay? Like, what he's trying to say is, like, he makes it seem as though the wealthy are completely removed from how they generate their wealth. Okay? They just magically generate it. It's not like built on this robust infrastructure that is virtually impossible to fucking comprehend the actual amount of like the actual amount of government funded infrastructure projects and the amount of things that like wealthy people rely on any given basis is very, very difficult to calculate. So he's basically just saying that, you know, the average citizen uses this much of the government taxes, right, that go into like roads and shit like that. I don't even know if that's actually what you use when you're calculating this, but he's just basically looking at the value that you get from being an American citizen, the value that you get from the infrastructure and all of this stuff, versus how much you're paying, like what your taxes are, right? So, what counts as middle class in America? Oh, you make $10,000. Uh-oh, you're a net drain to the government. Please pay $12,000 in taxes to cover the public education and healthcare we give you. Like, what is this guy saying? That's what he's saying, right? He's basically stating that, like, if you get money back from the government, and you're very poor, and you are going to get a refund, then you're a net burden. Well, that does not fucking compute. That does not even begin to compute how wealthy people make their money. Okay? Like, that does not add on. There is no way to fully calculate how much a CEO is benefiting from the infrastructure more so than like the average fucking citizen. You understand? There's no way to calculate that. There's no way to work that math. I don't know if I'm making myself very clear here. Like, assuming that the average citizen utilizes, like, I don't know, $10,000 worth of government funds on a daily basis because they're going through roads and fucking all this other shit, and utilizing the infrastructure that's being built is one thing, but you can never compute exactly how much a wealthy person is taking advantage of it. If you especially think about wealthy people just like poor people, like they're just only driving in the same roads. No, motherfucker, what about the truck that's driving on that road? You know what I mean? The truck that he owns. What about the infrastructure that was built, that the high-speed internet, the high-speed broadband access that like fucking stock trader relies on? Do you see what I'm saying? That was built with government money. What percentage of that directly directly benefits wealthy people? You cannot fucking figure that out, which is why this kind of conversation about like the net benefit or the net taxes, net revenue taxes, or whatever the fuck they're talking about is idiotic. Okay, it's completely idiotic. It's not really used that much, and the real problem is the burden, the tax burden that a wealthy person has in comparison to fucking poor people.
Stuff there.
What is this? Another Daily Wire host with a fucking flaming hot take. Why they have it if it's idiotic then? If they employ others, they benefit from everything that benefits their employees, which enables them to be employed so cheaply. Exactly. Some of the more direct examples of this, for example, is Walmart employees, and what percentage of Walmart employees literally rely on government subsidies like food stamps to survive. Without welfare policies such as food stamps, EBTs, that sort of thing, Walmart would not be able to get away with paying them bottom of the barrel prices. That is a direct way that Walmart is benefiting from government policies. Then there is indirect ways, obviously, like the roads that fucking Walmart trucks drive on, the internet that Walmart uses. Feel me? Another thing that government relies on is me running an ad at the top of every hour. At the top of every hour, hypothetically, I run a 60-second ad break. If you'd like to no longer see the ads, all you need to do is hypothetically subscribe. Let's say you have $5 a month and you use it on me, your favorite streamer, Hasanabi. Let's say you don't have $5 a month. Well, you can still subscribe for free. Now, how would you be able to subscribe for free? Well, hypothetically, you could take my wife's boyfriend's Twitch, my wife's boyfriend's Amazon Prime account that he uses to buy me Nintendo Switch games, and connect his Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you would get, hypothetically, 1 free Prime subscription a month. Now, you can use that on Ben Shapiro, or you can use that on Hasanabi. I leave that choice up to you.
Yay, 5 months.
So, hypothetically, here's a 60-second ad break now.
Look at the right hand. So you
All right, let's hear what this fucking caveman had to say
don't
about...
see what the left hand is doing. And here's one thing that I will say as far as the macro point of view. First off, you have to go back through this speech and ask yourself, and most people don't ask themselves this. This is the problem we have with a country when you have people...
Bad take after bad take, criticizing capitalism, yet you profit from it an immense amount, LMFAO. Sounds like you're jealous. Sounds like you should get better at doing capitalism. Sounds like you're admitting that capitalism is built upon the lie of meritocracy and that people can just skirt along. Perhaps you should get better at doing capitalism. I'm just saying.
Particularly now you have a generation coming up of people who have been brought up to vilify businesses, brought up to see race as the sole differentiating factor, brought up to not contribute or not at least think that their contributions should create a net result, that they should be granted a net result regardless of their contributions. Yeah. This is the issue that we have here in this country right now is I'm trying to think of the best way to
Participating in society is fun, will benefit immensely, and society's fine and don't partake in the solutions you talk about is bull LMFAO. Yes, you're right. I should be I should be building the Vanguard Party and overthrowing the government. You're correct. Organizing, as far as I do it, and educating people, which is my primary function on my political position and worldview, is not enough. What you should simply be doing is pulling a Ted Kaczynski. As a matter of fact, you should be storming the Capitol, and every moment that you don't do that, that means you are a hypocrite. What about macro changes? Do you donate to charity? Macro changes, such as donating to charity. Incredible, incredible take. Yeah, I know. Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos are doing such incredible work by donating to charity, right? I do donate. It's none of your business. And I don't like to talk about it, but love that fucking point of view as well. Yeah, macro changes like charity. That kind of delusional, brain-dead peasant thinking is precisely the reason why billionaires donate to charity or create their own fucking nonprofit organizations, which they funnel all their gains through, so that idiots like you will literally turn to me and get upset at someone like myself for saying, "Oh my God, capitalism is great. Look at all these incredible fucking wealthy people that are doing well. Why aren't you doing that much?"
Pepe Lardy.
Yeah, I love doing incredible things for the world by donating to charity like the fucking Clinton Foundation. That was a good one, by the way, Yanin. Good job for putting that out there. I'm going to use that all the time now against chuds. Yeah, I love how philanthropic the fucking charity work is for the Clinton Foundation. Anytime someone says like, oh, Pepe the refugees? Oh, probably.
To word this. I'm trying to be as reductive as possible. And I say this because sometimes you'll get people on these panels, and let's be clear, with CNN right now, what do they have to do? They have to use as many words as possible to make as few points as possible. Yeah. Some producers doing this stretch out the time. It's really simple. If you look at Donald Trump's speech, any of his speeches, it was, hey, we're giving the power to you. We're giving you more freedoms. If you look at this speech, it's...
Please don't make the taxpayer subsidize Walmart workers argument. Here's an argument from Ryan Cooper, who, yeah, I love Ryan Cooper, and Matt Bruning as well. In defense of Walmart, why corporations should be responsible for preventing poverty. I don't have a problem with welfare proposals, and I don't even have a problem with fucking corporations that take advantage of the welfare proposals. I get why this is I get why they're writing this, because it makes it seem like I'm against it, but you know I'm not, so.
Squeef beef? Uh-huh.
No, they're not actually defending Walmart. that is, guys. Ryan Cooper is a leftist, and so is Matt Brunig. He's writing that to be edgy. Like that's to get your attention. That's not actually what their position is.
Pepe La.
We're going to take them away for your own good. Look, all the things that they vilified Donald Trump for. Reducing tax.
Why should poor people working be responsible for making wealth?
Please sign up for my food drive to benefit LGBT youth.
Explain to me how wealth is generated without labor. Like how value is generated without labor. You can't. That literally doesn't exist. Like, there is no value without labor. All you have is capital. Like, you'll literally just have fucking, let's say you have a factory that your dad died and passed away and gave to you. If you don't have anyone working the factory, you just have a fucking factory. That's it.
7 months hassle.
Labor is... So, like, someone says, yes, just become a streamer. Okay. The amount of labor required, at least for someone like myself, is still 10 hours a fucking day just on camera without acknowledging the amounts of hours that you spend off camera. Like, that's still fucking labor. That's literally labor. You might say that is... You might say that that's not your kind of labor. It needs to be backbreaking or some shit like that. But it's still labor. In the technical term, in the technical sense, that is labor. Now, the difference is that you guys cannot comprehend is you're so invested in work being... You're so invested in the work being punishing, crippling, and awful that you literally gauge labor by how little alienation one has from it. Like, that's precisely why we mythologize coal minery factory workers and coal miner workers, like fucking hard hat wearing coal miners. Because you literally are like, oh, if it's labor, it has to be punishing. If it's labor, it has to fucking hurt. Suffering is good, actually, because you're so fucking invested into the way that that you've been duped and socially conditioned into believing that, like, that is the only fucking true form of labor, that any kind of work that you personally enjoy doesn't seem like it should be work. It's not considered work. It's supposed to be something different. You got shingles, though. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not going to talk about that. That's literally what labor means. No, labor is not supposed to be fucking backbreaking. Okay?
Almost a year hassle.
From my seat of heaven, I will deliver unto you what labor truly means. I mean, I am giving you the technical explanation. Like, that is what it is. It can be fun for you. It can be good. It can be meaningful. Or it can be meaningless. But ultimately, it's still labor. Anyway. Thank you for that. Labor is any work done to add value to the capital, any capital. Is Addison Rae doing 5-second TikTok a day, every other day labor? Certainly. Yeah, you might not like it, but it is. It is literally, that is what it is. It's generating entertainment. So it is. It sounds stupid, but yeah. If Chatter wants to be really technical, Fossilbot is a laborer. Bot becomes from a robot. What? Anyway.
Encouraging economies to reopen, right? With the pandemic. Reducing red tape and regulations. You're welcome for the vaccines. Also lower drug prices than we've ever seen in modern American history.
Yep.
No new wars. Right? Let's create some relief for businesses. Not give them money, but create an economy. Give them tax breaks. Hey, you're welcome for a $5,000 average annual increase in 3 years. 5 years under Barack Obama, $1,000 under former Vice President Joe Biden. If you look at what's important is to distill this, to be reductive, which I think is important because a lot of people don't have the time to pay attention. People know how they feel, right? This visceral reaction they get. And often it's a fake reaction because it's sort of stoked by the media. Hey, I'm mad at Donald Trump. And now you'll get some people on the right, Republicans, maybe who are tuning into Fox News. Maybe some of you watching this right now saying, hey, I'm mad at Joe Biden. Well, don't get mad because you see me bad at doing an impression of Maxine Waters, this animal from the Great Muppet Caper.
It was good.
If you want to be mad because you go to loudandclear.com, check the sources. We have Congress.gov, we have Whitehouse.gov,
link in
we
the
have Forbes, we
description.
have Washington Post, we have Vox. The link is in the description.
What?
Get mad because you've researched it. But again, what's important is to look at why people are mad. Not just what the one person is saying, but who their enemies are.
Why is he sniffing so much, bro? Kind of sus.
The enemies of Donald Trump, the people who were mad with Donald Trump, what they were mad at is
enemies
he's
of
reducing
Donald.
taxes. Okay, listen, you're mad at more freedoms. You're mad at
I love when there isn't really too much to talk about as far as a speech. That's how you can calculate whether a speech was effective or good overall. By how much the opposition chooses not to talk about it and instead it covers like other random shit. It's just like totally complete ridiculous tangent that is unrelated to anything that Joe Biden brought up.
people keeping more of their money. We're mad that he's encouraging states to reopen here. Okay, you're mad at people having more freedoms.
What?
We're mad.
Yeah, like again, not a single person is what the fuck? Not a single person is mad at that, or that's not what fucking he said at all. Okay, I gotta pee. Hold on, Jesus Christ.
That he's actually creating an environment where people are investing more. We need to tax capital gains more. Why isn't he increasing capital gains? Okay, you're mad that he's offering people more freedom to make their own investments. We're mad that he's opening up fracking and energy, and look, and he's actually he's not subsidizing. Okay, so you're mad that he's allowing people to invest in technology and in goods and services as
energy that's going to help all of us.
It's like Tim Scott's doing his rebuttal.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, we'll go to it afterwards. I don't think everyone necessarily needs to watch this because I don't have anything against Tim Scott, but I think we'll do a better job. Now you look at Joe
right,
Biden.
Tim.
What am I mad about? What is everyone here mad about? Well, he wants to increase taxes on everybody. Okay, all right, so now you want to take more money out of your pocket. He's obviously encouraged people to shut down. He's obviously encouraged some type of mandatory vaccine program, or at least
passports.
as we're talking about in dealing with commerce. Okay, he's infringing on our rights there. He's talking about doubling capital gains taxes. He's talking about putting our kids in school for an extra 4 years at the taxpayer dime and funding critical race theory. And by the way, just throwing more money at it. Okay, I'm upset about that.
Second Amendment.
Right? He's talking about taking away your firearms. And by the way, doing it under the guise of violent crime has increased. Yeah, it's increased because of the kind of policies that you've stoked. Yep. He's talking about keeping our cities less safe. The only things that he actually vilified are the few, and this is the question everyone has to ask. When you watch this, is that the legitimate purview of government? Now, the good thing is you don't have to guess. You have the Constitution, you have the Bill of Rights, right? At least consider it the map to your stars, right? That's not these aren't hard and fast rules. I would say they are, but let's say that you don't necessarily believe that. You're not an originalist. You have the Constitution, right? That's a start. So what are we mad about? We're mad about, is this a legitimate purview of government? That's what we have to ask ourselves. The only things that he vilified repeatedly in his speech were the legitimate purviews of government. He was saying it's the government's job to create shovel-ready jobs for you. It's the government's job to determine winners and losers in the market. It's the government's job to take half. Think about that for a second. They act like they're being a benevolent leader. Well, look, only 39%, that's fair. He acts like that's the legitimate purview of government. What is he not like? Cops and military. Cops and military. One of the few very basic, legitimate functions of government to keep people safe.
Yeah.
Again, you look at the Constitution, you look at the Declaration of Independence, you look at the Bill of Rights, you look at all of the corroborating founding documents. We've done a lot of videos on this. For example, like separation of church and state. I recommend looking up the letter to the Danbury Baptists. We've talked about the letter of marque and reprisal. I believe it was from Thomas Jefferson to a private ship. So you can find all these links on the website. Just type in founding documents, Thomas Jefferson. You'll find some of these articles, probably hundreds of them. When you look at the legitimate purview of government and you understand, okay, it's to keep the people safe. It's not to determine winners. Look, we're talking about founding fathers who started.
Okay, this rant sucks. I love that he started off with the criticism that, like, I can't believe Joe Biden is saying a lot without actually saying anything. And then his follow through was literally saying a lot without saying a single goddamn thing. Like, he's just salty. I don't like, the least you could do in this situation is maybe say something, you know? New JRE instead. Joe Rogan clarifies his vaccine comments. Oh, shit. Spotify got to them, boys. Drama. Motherfucking drama, dude. I might fucking tweet this. I might tweet this one out, dude. It's been a while since I've tweeted out that I'm like specifically reacting to a particular thing. You know what I'm saying? These dudes jerk off to the U.S. Constitution so much you should be considered sex work whenever they mention it by now. True. Ooh, this is some drama, dude. Joe Rogan has clarified his vaccine comments. Let's take a look. Okay. I can't believe he would put dollar signs over the fucking free speech, dude. He's a brave truth teller. I think it's because of that Joe Rogan doing it. White House rebukes Joe Rogan after he says young Americans don't need a COVID-19 vaccine. Bro, fucking Fauci came out, dude. What country are we living in where Ape Man on podcast had such a fucking profound impact on the domestic conversation over COVID vaccines that Antonio Fauci came out and talked about it. And now he has to he has to fucking say some shit. Bro, this is straight up Indonesian level politic. I live here. Yeah. Motherfuckers in Indonesia are like, bro, I need to know what the government's doing with Joe Rogan right now. Yo, I can't wait. This is a YouTube apology video, I think. We'll see. We'll see how he dances around this. Okay, let's go.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, the White House commented on what I said about vaccines.
It's so funny. Fauci hit you up.
Well, he didn't hit me up necessarily. He disagreed with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got vaxxed up, baby.
Did you?
I got one shot in the arm.
I like this guy. This guy's funny. I've seen him live at, I think it was like a random fucking way back in the day, before COVID, obviously. It was like a random Soho House comedian night or some shit. And I think he's pretty funny. I don't know if he's going to be a fucking asshole here or not. He's a bit of an asshole, but I think he's pretty funny.
You already get COVID?
Yeah, I had Rona.
He's not one of my
October.
He's not one of my favorites, like by any stretch, but he's.
Why did you get a
decent.
vaccination?
I'm a sheeple, dude. Part of the sheep, dude. I wanted it. Because my antibodies, I think, were gone. The last time we got tested for antibodies was 3 months after, and they said they were there, but they weren't super strong.
No, I don't have a
So
Soho. No, I don't have a fucking Soho House membership. It's a waste of money. Are you fucking crazy? No, motherfucker. He's on Dave on FX. Really good show. If you like
Yeah.
him.
What you get? The Johnson & Johnson?
No, dude, I'm a Derna mama.
You only got one though.
Yeah,
Why didn't you get two?
because my second one is in like 2 weeks or a week. They have
okay.
to spread you out a month.
Yeah, 21 days. Right?
I got it. Nothing. No. I don't know, man. The whole thing, like Corona for me, was weird already. So I was like, I don't know. I'll just do that thing to not have it again. I bought into the system. I'm a sheep.
Well, it's not being a sheep. I mean, there's some legitimate science behind this. It's not. This is like the thing about this whole thing. This people being upset at me. I didn't say I'm not an anti-vax person.
Right.
In fact, I said I believe they're safe, and I encourage many people to take them. My parents were vaccinated. I just said I don't think that if you're a young, healthy person that you need it. Their argument was you need it for other people.
So you don't transmit the virus.
That makes more sense.
So I'm
That's-
a young.
but that's a different argument. That's
I'm
a
a
different
young,
conversation.
not so healthy person.
You're not that young.
Okay, Joe. Thanks, man.
You're not.
Okay.
If you were a hot chick,
Then you'd say I was young.
I'd be like, you're on the ropes.
Am I backed up a
How
little
old
bit?
are you?
37.
Yeah, you're on the ropes, bro.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. That's okay. Let's
do you
keep
mean? That's
going.
You have
young?
no children?
What the fuck? Carl Jacobs with 20 tier 1 gift subs. What the fuck, dude? Yo, coming in here and flexing that fucking Minecraft money, dude. Look at that. God damn, bro. What's up, Carl?
If you had no children and you're a hot
Yeah.
chick, let's be honest.
I'm older now.
You're on the ropes.
Okay, fine.
I love that Joe's takes that he's rescinding on the vaccine is just, most of it is just like shitting on fucking older women. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. What a fucking ape, dude. What an actual ape. You had to get that in there. You know what I mean?
Fine.
It's not bad.
I'm getting older.
I'm old as fuck.
Yeah, you are.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm 53. I'm old as fuck. I'm
I
almost
know.
20 years older than you.
When we celebrated your 50th birthday, we were in Detroit. Where were we?
I forget.
And it hit me hard that you were 50.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my friend is 50. And I was starting to plan your funeral. I was going through all that stuff. I was like, what are we gonna do?
But honestly, it doesn't bother me.
I'm imagining a person who literally tells like 37-year-old women that they're on the ropes now. Like, oh, you're 37? You're on the ropes. Like, if you were, or he even thought he was younger than that. So like, oh, you're like 30 years old as a woman? Well, you're on the ropes. It's like, what about not being an asshole? Have you thought about that? I'm just saying, like, hey, have you considered not being a massive douchebag, dude? Oh, Jesus. Have you heard of a joke? I mean, it's still kind of douchey, dude. Not even kind of. I'm sorry, I haven't defeated time yet. Now, I know he's joking, but there's like a little bit of truth there. Anyway, let's keep going. And the truth there is that society values women by their youthful exuberance and their level of physical attraction. So then it's, you know. Listen, motherfuckers, I say misogynistic shit all the time, okay? I get it. I get the humor value that it comes from being like, you know, from edging on the line of certain things. Anyway.
No, because why? Because you're in such a great stride of
Because
your
I'm
life.
on fucking steroids. Because I'm juiced
Give
up.
them to me, bro.
No, I'm on testosterone replacement therapy.
I was just thinking about that where it's like Joe Rogan being a fucking poster boy for TRT while simultaneously telling people like, you know, if you're like 21 years old, like don't fucking take the vaccine, bro, is additionally hilarious because you literally take steroids, which, by the way, I have no problem with. I've talked about this before. I'm pro PED. The moment that scientists figure out, like, you know, a type of testosterone that, like, doesn't cause hair loss, okay, I'm in there. I mean, I still might do it. I might say, fuck it. I'm going the LeBron route. You know, I'm just going to keep fucking peppering more hair up there while also abusing testosterone later down the line. Like, I'm going to probably do it. Let's be fucking real. Okay? It's just, I don't know. I just find, what the fuck? Proper 9 with a 20 gifted subs. Why are you guys gifting me so many subs right now? What the fuck's happening? But anyway, thank you. Oh, I'm absolutely doing TRT later on. A therapeutic dose is generally harmless. I mean, it will probably still. I'm already balding, right? So I feel like if I do TRT, I'll definitely bald. Don't forget your balls will shrink. Who cares, bro? If your balls shrink, it makes your penis look bigger. Think about it. Yeah, exactly. Boom, all of a sudden.
Be in every vitamin known to man. I take a giant athletic greens every day.
Yeah.
I take a fucking pallet of vitamins.
What do I
feel
need to take?
Fantastic.
What do I
I'm
need
in the
to take?
sauna every day. Here's the thing, like all these people that are saying, and in many ways, listen. Here's
you,
the
King
thing.
Henry
These are not
the
like
Fifth.
planned statements. Let's be real clear.
Yeah.
When I say something stupid, I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say before I say it. I'm just saying it, right? I don't have.
What is that, 40K again? Oh, at 40K subs, I'm painting my nails black. And also, what game did I say I was going to play? Wait, what the fuck's going on? Why are you guys gifting so many subs? Oh, I was going to play Subnautica too, because I shit my pants in the ocean, but you know, we'll see. It won't get there anyway, so don't even try. Don't do it. Actually, don't do it. Anyway, okay. 2BRO2, BKV, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Nor Reef Gaming. DHT make your hair fall out, and testosterone is 1/1000th less able to make your hair fall out? Yes. I produce a lot of DHT. Okay? That's why I take Propecia. You should consult your doctor before you do that. Okay, dude. Yeah. Mungia, thank you for the 50 tier 1 gift subs. Not finasteride? No, finasteride. I take not the brand name. I just use the brand name, but I don't take the brand name. I take minoxidil and finasteride, not Rogaine and Propecia. Limbo Rollin, Dizia, Soft Shell Krabby, a Lost Recon. Dude, holy shit, this is turned into a fucking subathon over here. Oh god. Let's keep going in the video.
An off-air and on-air voice. I don't.
No.
I have me.
This is us.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got through the fucking net and I'm swimming in open waters. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's just how I live.
Yeah.
I don't, like, if you say you disagree with me, I probably disagree with me too. I disagree with me all the time. If someone said, you have, young, healthy, 21-year-old people who eat well and exercise are not at high risk for coronavirus, but you should think about other people, I would say, well, that's a different argument, and yes, that makes sense. But I would say, aren't those people vaccinated?
What I failed to consider if I paint my nails black is that, will you be able to bite your nails still, even if you paint them? Or does it taste different? Oh, Jesus Christ. Skip the middleman. Drink the paint. Dude, do you want to lose your smell and taste for up to 2 years or do something with literally no downside? Yeah, I do. Avoid swallowing the chips, though. Put vinegar on your nails? What do you mean? Like salt and vinegar chips? Is that what you're talking about? I'm just going to fucking salt and vinegar chip it up. People paint their nails clear to stop biting them. Stop biting my nails when I chip the tooth doing it? What the fuck? Have you really considered steroids? Yeah, 100%. If from an early on age too. Like I straight up have. General Canada. What the fuck? I don't even know how many that is. 50 tier subs. Why hasn't your sub counter gone up? Because it's too fast for the sub counter to fucking comprehend. It'll go up in a second. Are you interested in Returnal? Sorry if you mentioned it early in the stream. I'm working right now. I am interested in it. Noah Reef Gaming, thank you for the 5. I am interested in Returnal, but I don't know if it's going to be good or not. We'll see.
And shouldn't we vaccinate the vulnerable people?
Yeah.
And then we'd have a different conversation.
Right.
The problem is today, everything's all headlines and highlights, and it's all clickbait, which is fine. That's the business.
Yeah.
And listen, I have a deep respect for real journalism. I love Glenn Greenwald and Matt Taibbi and people that stick their fucking neck out and do real journalism. But there's a lot.
Yeah. By the way, real journalism is not when you like fucking write an incredible book on, Goldman Sachs or police brutality or, I mean, I guess he respects all of that stuff too that they've done, to be fair. But the real reason why he's bringing up those two names right now is because they're fucking boomers that have lost a part of their fucking brain capacity to the culture wars and how hysterical SJWs are. Okay? That's literally the main reason. That's what he means when he says like they're sticking their fucking necks out. Even Matt Taibbi, 100%. Matt Taibbi and Glenn Greenwald both are like constantly fucking talking about like weirdos on the internet who are being hysterical and how that says something about the importance of society. I mean, Glenn even takes it one step further and like will routinely defend Republicans. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but
a lot of people out there that have to make a fucking living. And what's the best way to make a living? Well, here's one way. Take a jackass like me. Go over their podcast. Go over this 3-hour drunken, ridiculous podcast. Do we drink with Dave? Yes. No. Dave Smith?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No. I don't think we
not.
drank.
Say no, probably not.
But that's unusual.
Yeah.
A lot of times we're drinking
Every time I'm here.
or we're high.
Yeah.
And I say stupid shit. I get it. And if you mind that and you
listen, the real journalism is when you defend Matt Gaetz and Tucker Carlson, and the more you do that, the more real of a journalist you are. You're a real ass journalist when you do that. That's why Fox News is a bunch of real journalists.
Make money off of that, more power to you.
Sure.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Right.
But just don't lie. Just don't lie.
Right.
Get a little clickbaity. We're good.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But I'm not going to lie.
Let me say one other thing. I was going to get the vaccine. I was scheduled to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The UFC had allocated a certain amount of vaccines for all their employees.
Right.
And so Dana said,
I mean, this is the ultimate Joe Rogan fucking take, which is I'm a dumb ape and I should not be taken seriously. And it's your fault for taking me seriously when I was talking about fucking something very serious and I had serious opinions. Like, it's not as bad as the I was just kidding defense. But this is his ultimate defense always. It's like, don't listen to me. I'm an ape. Problem is people do listen. Okay? And it's still bad. So, like, be a little bit more responsible. I mean, listen, I still watch a fuckload of Joe Rogan. You know this already. I watch Joe Rogan all the time. But just, like, don't do that. Don't fucking come out with a statement that is, like, fucking, anti-vax when vaccine hesitancy is a gigantic problem. Gigantic fucking problem. And you have a fucking huge audience and they hang on every word. Like, you have a huge audience of people who literally started doing like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and shit He is a guy, when you are with friends, you talk to each other about stuff, but he has millions and millions of viewers. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I've said that before. Joe Rogan is like the same Joe Rogan's like listening to a conversation that you have with your friends, okay? But you're having that conversation in private, and you guys are all fucking idiots. The problem is, Joe Rogan has a profound amount of influence, so it goes one step beyond just simple entertainment and turns into like, I'm going to hang on every word that this fucking ape has to say, especially when it corresponds to the personal biases that people might have that happen to go against the consensus from the scientific community. Would you go on Joe Rogan if you were invited is the most common question asked in here. And the answer always is, of course. Ultra PG with the 50 tier 1 gift subs. Holy shit. Uh-oh. I mean, it's pretty much a wrap at this point. I don't know how you haven't been invited yet, because I shit on him too much. If I sucked him off more, he would have had me on a long time ago. Like, Joe Rogan will have people from all walks of life, all different kinds of takes. But if anyone is like very publicly and very routinely criticizing him, it doesn't matter if they're a fucking fan or if they used to be a massive fan of him or not, like I was. He's not going to have you on the show. Bill Burr gets a pass? Okay, Bill Burr is literally someone Joe Rogan is personally a fan of.
Do you want to come in and get the vaccine? I said, sure. What day? And he said, we'll set one aside when you come in for the fights. Come get vaccinated. I said, okay, great. I went in there. I spoke to Dr. Davidson. He said, the way the CDC has the vaccines allocated, we really have to do you at the clinic. So can you come to the hospital?
New all gas, no brakes is in 15 minutes. Also, on top of that, we literally have the... is there a PlayStation State of Play tonight or what? Jordan Peterson on why like, beta males become movie stars. What the fuck? Bro, I thought this dude was retired, bro. He's back. Jordan Peterson's back in a big way, boys.
And I said, I can't. I don't have time. He said, you'd have to come back on Monday. I said, I'll work this out. And then it got pulled.
Right.
Like right afterwards, the Johnson thing got pulled. Which, now, here's the thing. Any medication, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm a fucking moron. And I'm a cage fighting commentator who's a dirty stand-up comedian who just told you I'm drunk most of the time. And I do testosterone and I smoke a lot of weed. But I'm not a respected source of information, even for me. If I say things, I'm always going, check on that, Jamie. I don't know if that's true.
Right.
I do that all the time.
Right.
But I at least try to be honest about what I'm saying.
Or what you feel.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're allowed to feel, you're like, this is how I kind of feel.
Episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience are now free on Spotify. That's right, they're free. From September 1st to December 1st, they're going to be available everywhere. But after December 1st, they will only be available on Spotify, but they will be free. That includes the video. The video will also be there. It'll also be free. That's all we're asking. Just go download Spotify. Much love.
Sorry, I just got delivery. State of play in 10 minutes. Check my logs. You really need to get that Returnal. Getting great reviews. Ultra PG, thank you for the 16 tier 1 gift subs. Jesus Christ. Okay. New update on Jeff Wittek's injury? I don't want to watch that. Do you watch Russell Brand? Not really. I want to see this.
When did masculinity become something bad? As I sit here with ripped jeans and my legs crossed.
Maybe when all us men decided that we would accept that characterization of it.
I never accepted it. I mean, like, I don't know. I remember growing up, right? And I think I saw it like play out in movies. Like I remember growing up and I remember seeing like
TV too. It went from My Three Sons and Father Knows Best to
dude.
Well,
to what are the
every
nerds?
father being a buffoon.
Yeah. So I'm literally watching movies and I'm like, okay, Bruce Willis is saving the day, right? And then like 90s, Bruce Willis is still saving the day. And then it's 2000s. I'm like, do we have nobody new here? Is Bruce Willis still the only fucking man left saving the god?
Bro, here's what, okay, I'm going to explain it very easily, okay? These concepts are what you make of them, okay? Masculinity could be a trait that you associate with like being confident, for example, or being brave or whatever the fuck. Where versus when we talk about like toxic masculinity, it is a bastardized version of masculinity that insecure people, when insecure people that want to portray themselves as masculine, will engage in acts that hurt themselves. Okay? That's it. Like, for example, people being like, I'm such a manly man, brother. Look at the big fat fucking steak that I have. Like, it's clown shit. Okay? That's what toxic masculinity is. You're not fucking brave. You're not a leader. You're not like actually fucking doing any masculine things. You're just looking like a clown ass, but other insecure people are also responding to that with their lizard brains and assuming that like you're a fucking masculine person. Absolutely zero people will be like, oh my God, the male hero saved the fucking babies from an orphanage. That's toxic masculinity. It's not that, which is precisely why a lot of people who want to make this criticism will turn around and act like that's what fucking people are upset about. Okay? And I say this as someone who is pretty fucking masculine, okay? There's just a difference between like what you make of masculinity and what you consider to be toxic masculinity. Man, if you say so. I mean, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I am to some degree, to some respects, like painfully fucking cishet. Wear sunscreen. You are not stronger than the sun, homie. That's toxic masculinity. I'm just saying. Like,
damn day. Like, we just ran out of young, I guess, masculine men that were going to be the heroes. And then all of a sudden, like, these, like, Michael Cera types, he could be a sweet guy, but he's playing, like, this imp guy, you know, who's just being, like, walked around on a leash by his girl in every movie.
Yeah, good got to be synonymous with harmless.
But I don't understand it because I don't think that you can make that a trend. I can't speak on behalf of chicks, but I don't think that you can like make chicks like beta males. I don't think that.
This is a great conversation. I love that we treat Jordan Peterson as like this brilliant fucking intellectual, and he's having a conversation with fucking Andrew Schultz, and he's like, yeah, you're making quite the profound point right now, Andrew, about how bitches don't be wanting to fuck beta males. Like, dog, you're literally having, again, this goes back to like the Joe Rogan thing that we were talking about earlier, where it's like, you're literally having the fucking conversation that like me and my homies had when we were 20 years old, sitting around on a fucking hot couch, okay? Sitting on a leather couch that's too hot, having this conversation in a living room. Like, this is not like some profound revelation, but to all the idiots who watch this shit, they see the college professor saying things that they agree with, and they're like, oh, this guy must be fucking brilliant. The things that he's talking about are incredible. Also, I love the fucking masculine, like, norms, gender norms, or what is decidedly masculine being talked about by someone like Jordan Peterson, who does cry from time to time when he thinks about the fall of Western civilization and men, right? Which normally would be something that is like beta by the same metrics that they rigorously apply to standards, right? Who isn't very masculine at all. I mean, he's a fucking college professor. The the outdated, antiquated way of like thinking about masculine features does not apply to Jordan Peterson.
That exist, right? Like, don't we like what we like? I mean, maybe an outfit can change. Maybe we like certain jeans and other people like skirts. But at the end of the day, I think there's going to be certain characteristics of the opposite sex that we're going to be drawn to biologically.
Well, you know, one of the ones you already discussed is competence. Anybody with any sense is going to...
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like competence. Why is competence a masculine feature? I literally don't understand that. Like, what is is femininity like not competent? Is it incompetent? Like, why is competence a masculine feature? And it's like the thing that's why I said, like, it's what you associate with it. People just make that up as they go along, right? You're just making it up. Like, competence is completely removed from masculinity. Like, what? How the fuck could you sit here and be like, no, competence is actually biologically a trait associated with men and masculinity? Like, why? I don't understand it. I literally don't understand it. Like, unless your point literally is, well, women are incompetent. Women be incompetent. Like, competence is an attractive feature. Competence is not, like, it's removed from masculinity, though.
Prefer competence unless they want someone who's emasculated and is completely powerless, and because then they don't have to be afraid of them in some sense. I mean, they should be more afraid of them, really. But, you know, when you can...
Maybe you don't understand because it's too feminine. In whose eyes? That's the other question. It's like, so you look to someone like myself, for example, someone who is 6'4", 260 pounds, like, who eats 2 pounds of straight white chicken breast every fucking day, which, by the way, those are not my standards of masculinity. Those are your standards of masculinity, right? And you say, I am too beta in comparison to fucking Jordan Peterson. You know what I mean? Like who decides this then? Is it just you? Like, how are we going to sit here and be like, Ben Shapiro is significantly more masculine than fucking Hasanabi, dude? Are you kidding me? Like, motherfucker walks around in a sports coat with elbow pads. You know what I mean? Come on, dude.
Confuse competence with power, then you punish competence, and maybe then you become attracted to weakness because it's not authoritarian. It doesn't look like tyranny, but that's only because competence and power are confused in your mind.
Competence and power. Yeah, there's this thing with power.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's you know, there's this claim that all of our institutions are based on power. It's like, no, they're not. Only when they're corrupt is that true.
What? Wait, what are they based on then?
Like, no, they're not. It's
competence and power. Yeah, there's this thing with power.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's you know, there's this claim that all of our institutions are based on power. It's like, no, they're not. Only when they're corrupt is that true.
Has anybody that you've studied throughout history managed to obtain a significant amount of power and done the right thing with it?
Well, I think most of our institutions that function reasonably well do that reasonably well, or had. You know, I mean, we're all...
Like what? I need to know. What do you mean by that?
But there's a huge difference between Joseph Stalin and Franklin Roosevelt.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you look...
Okay. So, what does that mean? I mean, I don't understand. He can't. He doesn't ever say anything. Like the thing I don't understand about Jordan Peterson is why people think he's so profound, because he just like reaches to the energy of a certain argument without fully subscribing to it ever. Okay. And he'll just keep making cyclical arguments over and over again, like cyclical